you don't make the same mistakes I made. Good evening, y'all. My name's Levi Phoenix, and this is my story. I've been thinking about it. This whole world's coming down. And I've been living without. But that's all over now. Darkness is falling like brimstone from the sky. I won't move out of the way. Just wave goodbye, goodbye. Stepping out in my nature, yeah, talking to the trees. I feel the grass growing under my feet, yeah, it's growing past my knees. Cause it's been so long I can't explain. That I've been falling down, tumbling through the pain in my brain. It's like a look in the mirror. My son's staring back at me. Hope you don't make the same mistakes I made. I hope you learn to leave it be. Cause here I am trading my soul, a fifth and 42 in time, like a man that's been missing from my own life. A woman and child, it's no lie. For this dream that's trying to die, as I feel the time that's turning, let it go, burning light, burning light. Tied a handgun to my temple. This microphone can cut the vein. I've been lost for several days now. I've been straight lost for several days. Lifting spirits from the grains. And through the silent mystic, where once a dream alive, there's a shine in the dark. Wings to the sky, to the sky.
What are we doing?
Okay, just don't laugh.
I don't know what we're doing yet.
Just keep a straight face. Just look at each other, and then when
I'm not good at keeping a straight face.
yeah, don't laugh.
I won't. It'll take a couple tries.
Well, you can just keep it going.
Yeah. Hold on, I need to
Yeah,
compose
funny thing is,
myself.
I need to be like,
Yeah, like,
can you scrunch? 1, 2, 3.
I don't know how good I'm gonna be at acting.
It's alright. One, 2, 3.
I just don't want you to be like me!
I'll never fucking be like you!
Good.
Like good?
Yep.
Huh?
You're an actor.
Hello. If you had just made it through the previous video, you'll know that the character in the story was in a very dark place. The outcome is for you to decide. It's always been for you to story. It's somewhat autobiographical, but not completely. I'm not an alcoholic. I've never had alcohol issues. I've never had drug issues. The worst drug I've ever been addicted to is nicotine. Perhaps caffeine. Warning, by the way. However, I am codependent. I've struggled with codependence most of my adult life, and I didn't know it. Stemmed from quite a bit of abandonment issues that I had growing up. That if you watch some of my other videos on this channel, you'll find why I dealt with some of the abandonment. This video was an autobiography in the sense that I did go through a very profound experience of suicidal ideation for about 3 years, and it was my spiritual awakening. And if you don't know what that means, if you don't know what it means to having a spiritual awakening, you could watch some of the other videos on my channel here, or you could go in very many other places and find out what it means to have a spiritual awakening. I do believe that I was in a spiritual awakening for 3 years, and I was extremely suicidal for at least 2.5 of those years. You know, somebody dies per suicide every 40 seconds in the world. That's staggering. That's per what is it? The suicide.org. Somebody dies every 40 seconds in the world. Suicide. It was almost me, probably about 100 times. I want to assure you that I'm in a much better place currently. I'm enjoying making my music videos and these videos here. You know, I would love to make money on them. I would love to be financially independent because of my art, but that's not why I do it. It's not why I do it. I do it because I feel like I'm meant to, if that makes any sense. I do it because I have to, because that's what makes me feel free. We have to follow what the universe lays out for us to the best of our ability. And that's what I have done my entire existence. I've followed every single whim it threw at me. And to tell you the honest truth, for the most part, it's been pretty good. I've had some rough rides, but I've always tried to follow. Even going into the plumbing trade, I was just following what the universe was telling me to do. And I became a plumber because of it. Now back to the video that you had just watched. I'm grateful for my son, to my son, for helping me with a few parts. My son and I actually have a very good relationship. If we don't have a relationship, it's nothing like that, like the video showed. But I know that there are a lot of people out there that don't have such a relationship with their children. When I say that in the video that I don't want him to be like me, I don't want him to be codependent. I don't want him to be, I don't want him to have to, I want him to be financially free and abundant and not struggling 40 hours a week, because what we have here in our current system, which I don't know a better system, that's for somebody smarter than me to figure out, but what we have currently is a slavery system. It is a slavery system that we are living under. I don't hate my job. I don't hate being a plumber. I hate the fact that I'm forced to do something that I'm not that great at. Am I the worst plumber ever in the world? No. Am I the best? No. But I just hate that I'm forced to do something that I'm not great at to make ends meet. I mean, I'm a pretty good trim plumber, as far as like laying out some stuff, and I could. You don't care about plumbing, never mind. But anyway, I could be better. I think a lot of people are that way. A lot of people feel like they could be better at their jobs, and I think a lot of people hate their jobs, not because they hate their job, but because they feel like they want something that they can feel like they're better at. But the world is structured in such a way that you gotta fight every day. We're all stuck on survival mode. It shouldn't be that way. Like I said, I'm not smart enough to figure out how it should be, but I just know that the way it currently is it doesn't work. And our government sure the hell don't make it any better. But I digress. Back to the video. I want you to understand, for one thing, the gun that I used, the fake gun that I used in the video, it was an airsoft gun. I taped off the orange part to make it look more realistic. It's an airsoft gun. I would never use a real gun for something like that. It's very realistic looking airsoft gun, but it's an airsoft gun. My son and I do not get along like that. We get along very well. I do not have alcohol issues. In fact, I have to, talk myself into drinking alcohol if I want to hang out with people that are drinking alcohol. And sometimes I still won't do it. Sometimes I'll be like, you guys drink, I'll just, hang. I just don't, it's not my thing. And I watch so many people, I broke down one time in therapy, because I did do therapy for a while. Because I watched so many people that I had to look up to in my life. Uncles, mostly uncles, and my father, especially my father. Just ruin their lives over alcohol and drugs, and I wasn't going down that road. Do I drink? Yeah, I'll have an occasional drink. Do I get drunk? Very seldomly do I ever get drunk. Once in a while I might have a bender. Not very often. I've probably been at least 2-3 years since I had a bender. Drugs, I don't use drugs. I have no use for drugs. I might use a little THC every now and again, but I don't use it the way a lot of people use it. A lot of people use it daily and probably hourly. I don't use it that way. I use it weekly. I do use it weekly. It helps me to get in touch with my spiritual side. I use it for that. I will use psychedelics for that, to help me get in touch with my spiritual side, but I don't use them to just simply be high. Yeah. I would love to use ayahuasca. I would love to, use peyote to really get in there. I don't have access to those things, so I use a little THC. Sometimes if I come across mushrooms or something. That's far and few between with something like mushrooms or something like that. It's not easy to get a hold of. I really don't care to know the people that sell shit like that. I'm kind of a mild-mannered guy. Anyway, back to the video. I digress again. The video is about what I went through, or kind of about what I went through, like I said, except my addiction is probably more codependency than it is alcohol or drugs or anything. My son and I do get along. And you see in the little blurb afterwards that we do get along well. He helps me tremendously. He'll help me put drums on a song, or he helped me act that out, and it's to raise awareness. The video is to raise awareness of these things, of suicidal ideation and alcoholism and denying your love. See, the character Levi Phoenix, which is autobiographical in that we both have a desire to make it. I mean, how else? What other words could I use to make it? What does that mean to make it? Excuse my dog. She's probably somebody out walking on the trail behind her house. Anyway, for me that means being able to do stuff like this without having to go to a job that I am okay at. So in the story of Levi Phoenix, Levi, in essence, has three choices. He can go dive down to the bottom of a bottle. Excuse my dog again. He could end his life, or he can make it. Make all his dreams come true, basically. But I leave it in the end for the viewer to make the choice on what happened. So what did happen? Leave your comments down below. Share this video to raise awareness, and please like, share, and subscribe. I would love to grow my channel. I'm trying to have the wherewithal to set up a virtual tip jar of some sort. I would love to accept tips. What I would really like to do is I'm thinking about putting my songs up for sale and maybe some merch. That way, you can purchase the song and listen to it or not. It would be a tip to me for doing these. And I do appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Namaste. In the catch.
I hope you don't make the same mistakes I made.